Hello, today I want to show you how to use an Excel add-in related to facility layout. We usually use it for the process layout. Let's begin. When you open an Excel file, you will see that you have the home, insert, page layout, but you do not have this add-in. Let me show you how to add it. First, you go to here, click on this button, and then you go to Excel options. You can see at this side that you have the add-ins. Click it. You can see that here we have a list of all the Excel add-ins. They are already embedded in Excel. You can choose one of them, but our facility layout is not found there. So we have to manage Excel add-ins. We click go. And we want to add it here. Now I already added it, so you can see it here, facility layout, but for the first time you will have to insert it into Excel. So I will send you this add-in. You will save it, let's say, at your desktop, and then you will have to insert it here. How to do that? You just click on browse. Suppose it's saved at your desktop, so you just click on desktop and click on this add in Excel and you press OK. I will not do that because I already have it, so I will press cancel. Okay, once you do this step, you will see that you already have the facility layout. You just click on it and say OK. Now you go to the add-ins and you will see it here, OM_IE. So click on it and choose new layout. Now the screen will appear and it will ask for the name of the layout. What's the type of this layout? Is it a production workshop? Is it a hospital? So you can give it a name. You determine the number of different departments. You see when you group similar machines together in one department. So this determines how many departments do we have at your facility. Let's suppose we have a department for milling machines, for the drilling, for the lathe, and so on. So you determine how many departments do you want to include in this facility. Now, regarding the number of fixed points, sometimes you will have fixed departments. You do not want to change the location of these fixed departments. Suppose the department where you store your raw materials, you want it to be kept as fixed. You don't want to change its location. So this is considered as a fixed point. So you determine how many points do you want to keep as fixed, and you can change the number here. Maybe let's say you wanted 1 only. Okay, you can also edit the number of departments as you like. Now this is the distance measured at your workspace. Do you usually use the feet or the meter? By default it takes meter. Now here I'm gonna ask it to make a random problem and click OK. You will see that this is the layout data that you have provided, and you have the facility information. We will be giving each department a number of cells and an area. So you can see that these are the 10 departments that we have assigned, and it gave 10 cells for each department. So 10 departments with 10 cells each. This will give you a total of 100 as for the area. And you can see here that we have the flow matrix or the from to chart. As we have seen in the lecture, it shows the load that's being transferred from one department to the other. So if you see here 17, this is the load being transferred from department 2 to department 4. This can be a number of items, number of finished products, kilos, for example. So this shows the load being transferred from one department to another. You can see here that we have the cost matrix. By default, it gave $1 for transferring any item from any department to another department, all as one. But of course here it can be changed depending on how we are transferring things from department to another. For example, if we are transferring things by foot, okay, just carrying the items from one department to another, so there will be no additional costs. But imagine that between department 3 and department 1 we have a conveyor to transfer things. So here the cost to transfer will not be 1, it will be more than that. So it depends on the type of the tool we are using to transfer the load from a department to another. So we might be using a forklift, for example. So we need to see what will be the cost to transfer this load from a department to another. This is determined at the cost matrix. Okay, so you can change the value in the cells. Now let's define the facility. Here I'm going to choose the solution method as sequence because we will arrange the departments in sequence. So the initial solution will be sequential. Let's click OK. Here you will be seeing the different departments that we have and it's in sequence. Okay, sequence, you can see the sequence here and you can see the sequence here. Okay, as we have chosen, we have 10 cells for each department. Okay, and each department are sequential. All right, now you can start solving to get the optimal solution. Let me show you here. You can choose to switch between departments. Here, let's say you want to switch between department 1 and department 10. Let's click OK. You can see that this department has been switched. You have to mind this number here. This is the costs of this layout. Okay. When you learn the course related to facility layout, you will learn how to calculate the efficiency of a certain layout in terms of the costs. So the software here can calculate it for you. Okay, so this is the cost for this current layout, and we want to improve this layout so that we have the most optimal solution with the least and most minimized cost. Okay, you can try to switch between departments or you can ask it to solve for you. So we can click the solve here. It asks, do you want to stop at each improvement and show you each improvement that's done, or do not stop, it will give you the final solution in one step. Let's see the improvement at each step. Okay, you see here it determined that the best switch was to switch between department 9 with 1, and in this way we'll be saving $242. So click yes. Okay, and this is the next improvement, switch department 10 with 4. Of course, we are switching these departments depending on the load being transferred between these departments. Okay, so I click yes. This is, you see, this is the next improvement with the improved cost. Another improvement, yes. Okay, so you can see this is the final improvement. The initial cost was 3,446 and the final was 3,004. So you can see that with these switches we have improved the layout and minimized the transferring between departments. We have arranged it in such a way to minimize the cost. We have made the departments that have the most load transferred in between more close to each other. So this is the optimal solution. You can also show the flow. Okay, you can see how the flow is being done from department to another. You can also try this step at each improvement if you want to see how's the difference between the flow each time we make an improvement. So you can see this add-in in Excel helps you get the optimal layout in any process layout. So you will be learning in the future how to do these improvements by hand, how to calculate the efficiency of the layout along with the cost. But this add-in does it in one click. So I hope you enjoyed this session, and thank you for listening.